Hello, welcome to Jazz Is.
Jazz Is
MasterClass series
at the National Jazz Museum at the National Jazz Museum in Harlem.
I am Sekou McMillan, the curator of special projects.
My name is Albert Marquez, Zach O'Farrell.
My name is Shirazette Tinnin.
And we are in conversation with the legendary Bertha Hope. Jazz could only have happened here in America.
The key to everything was the radio.
So this world is too dense. 15 minutes isn't enough to cover it all.
Are you ready? I am. Being asked to sing for the Nixon inauguration. But at the same time, in my opinion, what she was saying in this interview was, I have a responsibility to still show up. Wow, we are now at part 3, the final portion of this presentation, this conversation that I'm having with you all. And we are going to talk about Black entrepreneurship and trailblazing as an international artist. Ethel Enis was all those things and more, which has helped empower me as a Black woman in this music industry even more. Who knows? She has provided me with so much hope. Why? Because in 1984, Enis opened Ethel's Place, her very own music club located in Baltimore's cultural district across from the Meyerhoff Symphony Hall. In 1984, a Black woman owning a jazz club. I wasn't very old at that time, but I'm just thinking about all the trials and tribulations, courage, fear, doubt, or maybe she just had a lot of hope and faith that, you know, this club would do its due diligence, which it actually did. Let me tell you about it. It was a great success. The club actually broadcast live, y'all, on public television across the country on New Year's Eve in both 1985 and 1987. Ethel brought in so many great artists during that time. She performed with Joe Williams, Ray Brown, Milt Jackson, Phil Woods, Jerry Mulligan, Toots Thielemans, Wynton Marsalis, McCoy Tyner, who happens to be one of my favorite piano players of all time. I have my very own arrangement of Passion Dance because I love him so much as a pianist and also as a pioneer. So when I saw that she played with McCoy Tyner, in my head, I said, I wonder what that energy was like on stage, you know? But that's a whole other presentation. We won't get into that. And she also performed with Stephanie Grappelelli in these memorable broadcasts. In 1988, Enis and her husband, Arnett, made the difficult decision, however, to sell Ethel's Place in order to devote their creative energies to words and music. So I would love to explore whenever I have time, because I go back and forth to North Carolina, to New York a lot, and I make pit stops in Maryland because I have friends there. So the next time I'm driving through Baltimore, Maryland, I'm going to stop by, step out in the area where this jazz club used to be, and just take it all in and feel if there's maybe some ancestral or descendant energy just channeling through that area. I'm pretty sure it is, because all energy is never lost. It's just, you know, displaced or transcended somewhere else. So I'm pretty sure you can probably, if you close your eyes, hear and feel what is still present from back in that past of having Ethel's Place. Okay? You know, and I think it's also important to understand that the era that she came up in, Enis has survived and had overcome many prejudices as a Black woman, both in her professional and personal life. She used her music as a weapon to combat prejudice and injustice throughout the world. She promoted love, compassion, and unity. Enis refers to her power as something that I learned she called as soft power, a power within, the spiritual energy that we all possess to change ourselves and the world around us, is what she said. In this way, she believed music is not only a medium to be used for entertainment, but also a way to inform and inspire, which actually I'm going to use to shift us to the last segment, which is the national anthem. What? Yes, the national anthem. Enis was invited to sing the national anthem for the Nixon inauguration. And she happens to be a Democrat. Well, used to be a Democrat. And there is an interview in 2010 that talks about how she went about thinking to herself, how can I sing this national anthem in a way that represents my rights and what I stand for as a Black woman in America? It's a beautiful interview. And just to give you an idea of what she talked about how she didn't feel comfortable being asked to sing for the Nixon inauguration. But at the same time, in my opinion, what she was saying in this interview was, I have a responsibility to still show up and represent for the people. So I believe that she felt it was her civic duty to take this national anthem and make it in a way that it would encompass all cultures, more people of color, not just African American, but deliver the anthem in a way where it could transcend more than just being free, but actually being free. So I think it would be very important for you to take a moment and know that the national anthem was never sung the same again because of actually Ethel Enis. I, through my ignorance and my youthful mind of coming up in a different era, I thought that Whitney Houston was the reason that the national anthem was never sung the same way ever again. But it's actually Ethel Enis's performance during the Nixon inauguration, where she said, I'm going to sing the word free in such a way that it's never been sung before, that people will understand finally what freedom is about and how it still really doesn't exist in the way that it should for everyone. Okay, so I'm feeling very emotional about it, just thinking about it, because when I watched the video for myself, I watched the inauguration of Nixon and I got to hear her sing it, and I said, oh my God, I did not realize this, and I wonder what it felt like for her to be on that stage as a woman of color singing for a Republican Party as a Democrat the way that she did. So let's take a moment and have you just, instead of taking my word for it, experience it for yourself by clicking the link below and see what you feel, see what you come up with. And I would like to leave you with this. Ethel Enis is, was, and forever will be an amazing artist for not only the platform of jazz, but for the platform of women, the platform of women in color, and for music overall. I think it's important for us to remember that women are super significant in every aspect of life, especially in music. Where there is a great man, there is a great woman. Where there is a great woman, there is a great man. We are all equal. We are all talented. We are all given gifts. Women are a huge platform and just as significant as any man in culture, music, food, all aspects, all walks of life. This has been such an amazing journey sharing with you what I've learned about Ethel Ennis. She is a pioneer. Her early influences have spoke with me personally. I hope they have with you or some part of her life. As a Black woman, she has lifted me even more by learning about her solo career, her singing style, how I now hear her influences in others that I've played with, even in myself. You know, I'm a little quiet, shy singer on the inside as well. So that's going to help me bring that out. And the last but not least, her Black entrepreneurship and her trailblazing as an international artist are all such amazing components that will live on to inspire more now that you and I know more about her. So I would like to encourage you by a quote that I had mentioned in the beginning, where she talks about her soft power. And her soft power, she said, is a power within, the spiritual energy we all possess to change ourselves and the world around us. And remember, in this way, she believes music is not only a medium to be used for entertainment, but also a way to inform and inspire. So I encourage you to continue to learn, dig deep, find out more about not just Ethel Ennis, but all women that have existed throughout history that have made a huge impact on music and the world. It was so exciting for me to learn about Ethel Ennis, and I'm happy that I was able to do that for the series Jazz Is National Jazz Museum in Harlem. Thank you so much. My name is Shirazette Tinnin, and I hope you enjoy what you've learned today.